All right, so there's a question that write this, use this rectangle and the area of the rectangle to write into product and sum form. So we're using area of the rectangle, which is calculated by base times height. Base, it's the base, and times height base and height to figure out the area, right? And then there are some of for this problem, it's a bit complicated. Some parts are given inside, some areas are given inside the small rectangles, and some bases are given. So we need to find the unknowns. Like in this case, this is one of the unknowns, this unknown. We need to erase that. So this is the unknown, and then this is the unknown, base of the small rectangle, this one. And then this is the unknown here, height of the small rectangle. And since the rectangle opposite sides are same, so if I know this, means I know this one. And if I know this one, means I know this one. So when I figure these unknowns, then I can write the in sum and product form. So I have to start with the most givens and find the unknowns. So here I have x plus 7 and x minus 2. So product of these two is going to be this base times height is going to be area, this area, which is going to be x plus 7 times x minus 2. That's in product form, right? Because it's product of multiplication of these two binomial, this binomial and this binomial. So it's going to be x plus 7 times x minus 2. And if we want to write this into sum form, we need to FOIL it. So to FOIL, you multiply each one of these by other two, like that. So x times x, oops. So like that. Where's it? I need to close this. This time this, this time this, this time this, and this time this. So it's going to be x times x squared. Then this one, x times negative 2 is negative 2x. Then this one, 7 times x is positive 7x. And positive 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. These two can be combined, which is going to be negative 2x plus 7x ends up to positive 5x. So I have x squared plus 5x x squared plus 5x minus 14. So that's for here. So that's going to be equal to x squared plus 5x minus 14. Now let's figure out what this one is. Can we do that? Probably not, right? Let me erase this. So since I have x plus 7 here, I know the height of this triangle, this rectangle, but I don't know the base. I don't know the base to multiply it and figure. So I'm going to leave that for later. So what I have inside this, for this rectangle, I know the base is x minus 2, which I have it over here, but I don't know the height, this height. So to find that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor this out. So I need to factor out. So let's do it over here. Take 3x squared minus 5x minus 2. And make it, this is in sum form, then I need to make it into product form. Means I need to figure out what two binomial multiplied, I'm going to get that, this sum. So to factor this out, this is 3 here. A is 3. It's ax squared plus bx plus c. That's the standard form of a quadratic expression, right? So to factor this out, a is equal to 3 and c is equal to -2. I'm going to say what two numbers you multiply, you get 3. In this case, it's simple. It's only 1 and 3. And then what two number you multiply, you get 2. I don't care about the sign right now. It's 1 and 2. It doesn't have any other options, so that's why it makes it simple for this particular problem. So 1 and 3 is that's the only option. So here I'm going to put 1x and 3x, because 1x times 3x, I'm going to get this expression, which is 3x squared. And then 1 times 2 is going to be 2. 1 and 2. But one of them should be negative. So if you, so I'll show you something, right? I'm going to put the negative here. And then this is not correct. I know it, but I'm doing the harder way so that you see what's going on. And now, and that's -2 and -2, and this is +1. And if I multiply, I'm going to get -2, but I need to have this middle term. I need to get this -5x. To see if I'm getting that, you multiply these two close ones and these two far ones together. If you multiply this two together, it's going to be 3x. And if you multiply these two together, it's going to be -2x. 3x minus 2x is going to be just x. See, the middle one is not made because it's supposed to be -5x. And I could have told from the beginning, I'll show you how you figure it out. Because when you factor this out, you should have one of these already here. It says already it's x minus 2. I don't have x minus 2 here. None of these are x minus 2. So that there was faster way of doing it. Let's do that. So I know these 1x and 3x makes the first one, which is 3x squared, which is this one. So 1x and 3x. So let me erase this so I can write this again here. And then the other one, which is 1 times 2, one of them should be -2. I'm going to swap these places. Instead of putting -2 over here, I'm going to put it over here. So -2 like that. And +1, which was, I wrote it in the first binomial, I'm going to put in the second one. Now I'm going to check and see if I can get -5x. So I'm going to multiply these two farther one together and two close one together. For two close one together, I'm going to get -2 times 3x, which is -6x. If I multiply these two further one together, I'm going to get just +x or 1x. If you add these two, see, we made -5x, which what we needed it. Therefore, this is the factor of that quadratic function. Therefore, x minus 2 and 3x plus 1. I already have x minus 2 here. This one is going to be then 3x plus 1. So if that's 3x plus 1, this is also 3x plus 1. Now, we'll do the same thing for this one, this quadratic function, which is 6x squared. I'll do it over here, 6x squared plus 5x plus 1. So I'm going to factor this out and see what I'm going to get. And as I just explained, I need to have two binomial, but we'll do it faster way now. One of them supposed to be this one, 3x plus 1. So I'm going to just write it here, 3x plus 1. And we want to know what this is, right? So what two numbers you multiply, you get 6x or 6. One of them is 3x, 3. The other one should be 2. So let's do different color for the one that we want to figure out. So that should be 2x, right? Because 3x times 2x, you get 6x squared. Now what two numbers you multiply, you get 1. This is 1. And and that's positive, and this is positive, therefore this also should be 1. You multiply, get that. Let's see if you multiply the middle term, these two, and 2 further on these two, if we are going to get positive 5x. So let's do that. So if I multiply these two together, I'm going to get 2x, positive 2x. If I multiply these two together, I'm going to get plus 3x. 2x plus 3x is 6x, right? Do I get that? Oh, sorry. No, I don't get that because 2x plus 3x is not 6x. It was 5x, right? So I get that, right? So there it is. Therefore, 2x plus 1 is for this spot. 2x plus 1. That's the base of this rectangle. And now, if I know that, therefore, I know this one, top one. That's also 2x plus 1. Now we did the third rectangle, so we are now up to the fourth one, which is this one. Now we need to find the product of this one, this height, and this base of this triangle. If I multiply, I'll get this inside one. So I'm going to put the product here. So that's supposed to be 2x plus 1 times x plus 7. So let's see what the result is. And then I'm going to put the result underneath. So that's 2x plus 1 times x plus 7. Let's FOIL it. This time this. It's going to be 2x squared. This time this. It's going to be plus 14x. This time this. Plus 1x. This time this. Plus 7. If you add the middle terms, get this one doesn't change, 2x squared. If you add the middle terms, you get positive 15x. Write positive 15x plus 7. That's the result. This is in sum form. So when you heard sum form and product form, this is in sum form because it's sum of these three. And then product form is multiplication of, you see, this is sum of 3 monomials. And this product is product of this one. It's product of the binomials. So the result is, I'm going to write here 2x squared plus 15x plus 7. So I wrote in sum and product for this rectangle, but let's do that for this big rectangle, means this one. So to do that, this is what we need. We want to know, first of all, we want to write the space. What the space is, that's equal to, I'll do it over here, x minus 2 plus, right, 2x plus 1. This base is equal to sum of these two, sum of this and sum of the space, these two. So I'm going to put them like that, 2x plus 1. That whole thing times height, this height, which is 3x plus 1 plus x plus 7, sum of these two. So that times 3x plus 1 plus x plus 7. That's in product form, but that can be simplified. So why? Because we can add the common terms. X and 2x is going to be added. It's going to be 3x. I don't like that 3. It's not neat. That's 3x. Negative 2 and positive 1 can be combined. It's going to be negative 1. So that simplifies into a binomial. Times, that's the time here. I can combine 3x and x together. That's going to be adding, right? 3x plus x is going to be 4x. And this one with this one, positive 1 plus 7, it's going to be just plus 8. So this is the base times height, and it's in product form. If you want to make that in sum form, what are we going to do? I'm just going to FOIL it. This time this time this, and then this time this, then this time this, right? Let's get rid of this ellipse. So let's do it again. This time this. It's going to be 3x times 4x is going to be 12x squared. 12x squared. Then 3x times positive 8, it's going to be plus 24x. Then this one, negative times 4x, it's going to be negative 4x. And then this one, like this, negative 1 times positive 8 is going to be negative 8. These two can be combined. So eventually, the result I'm going to write over there is going to be 12x squared plus 20x minus 8. That's in sum form. Oops. 12x squared plus 20x minus 8. Where is it? Minus 8. That's in sum form. And this was in product form. So sum form, and that's the product form. I'm going to rewrite it here, 3x minus 1 times 4x plus 8. So this is for big rectangle. It's for this one. All right, this problem is done now.